Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. I want to talk about two big stories that are in the news today. One about a father and son who scammed some cruisers out of some money for something crazy, and how they ended up getting into that situation is also a little dumb. But we also have a court result and a fine coming down from the Department of Transportation for Southwest Airlines for what happened last year at this time, Christmas traveling. Remember the debacle that was last year. Today's video is brought to you by Private Internet Access. Hi everybody, well look at this, huh? I got my Christmas shirt on. Oh, can you see that? There you go. I got my Christmas shirt on because I've got a great idea for you for Christmas. I know a lot of people have gone out and they've bought iPhones, they've bought iPads, they've bought computers, laptops, lots of electronics, but one thing you might not have thought of is the security, and that's where a VPN comes in. Private Internet Access hides all of your information from people who would be looking to steal your bank accounts, your credit card information, know where you are. Basically, it fools the internet into thinking you're someplace where you're not. And I use Private Internet Access all the time. I think it's a great stocking stuffer even, because for a very, very low cost, you can protect yourself for an entire year. Why did I choose Private Internet Access? Well, I can do not one device, not 3 devices, not 5 devices, but unlimited devices for the same price. Not only that, but they have a no-log policy, which means they do not store any of my information, which is exactly what I'm trying to protect myself from by using a VPN. And that's been proven by a third party in court. So by following my link below, you can get 83% off plus 4 months free. For as little as $2.03 a month, you too can have peace of mind and security like I do. And why not give that to a loved one who maybe you've just bought a really nice present, like a new laptop or an iPhone? Well, give them that security as well. Thank you to Private Internet Access for sponsoring this video. So, a gentleman in Brisbane, Australia was running numerous classes for line dancing, and he expanded out to do some trips and things like that, and ended up trying to book cruises as well, line dancing cruises. And he specifically started targeting senior residences. Well, apparently he started getting into a little bit of trouble with his financial decisions and tried to recoup the money by gambling. That's right. The first attempt, he lost about $120,000 gambling, trying to recoup his business money. And then his father helped step in, took out a mortgage on his house to pay off that debt, and then took over the receipts and the running of the financial parts of the business. And together they started trying to solve things, and it got even worse as more and more people, up to 303 different people on cruises and other tours, basically they just said it was canceled and then never gave them their money back. And then they also went into hiding. That's right. Suddenly they didn't show up at their place of business, their class, where they hold their classes on a regular basis. They also when they were finally caught, tried to change their appearance. And yeah, that didn't work out. Apparently they owe over $700,000. Guess what? Gambling debts. That's right. I guess especially the son has a huge gambling problem, and they were incarcerated for 19 months when they were found guilty, and the judge said that this was completely intentional. At one point, they knew they couldn't pay, and they intentionally still continued to collect money off of people with a purpose of canceling those trips and then leaving town and hiding out and just taking the money. Yeah, they target people in getting up into my range now, the 60 plus years old, especially heading into retirement homes, or people living on their own who aren't quite up to technology, etc., and are very trusting sometimes. And they took full advantage of this and ripped off a lot of money from people in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm glad they were caught. And I actually wish they would have spent even more time in prison than they ended up doing. Because, yeah, picking on the most vulnerable part of our society, it just burns my britches, especially when it hits my cruising community. Now, Southwest Airlines has just been fined by the Department of Transportation $140 million for what happened last year going into Christmas and continued right in through the new year, where all those flights were canceled. Now, they were claiming that, at first, that it was adverse weather. That was the reason for all these cancellations. It was bad weather, but they had more cancellations than all the other airlines combined. And when the Department of Transportation went in and investigated and etc., they interviewed people and they found out, it was basically their system that caused the breakdown. It was a major failure to communicate, shall we say, in a lot of the situations. So they charged them $140 million in fine, plus they had to pay back over $700 million to people who were interrupted during that time, making this one of the highest fines ever. The $140 million fine is 10 times higher than the last fine given to an airline for this kind of situation. And they're saying, this is to send a message to the airlines out there that you cannot just blame weather anymore. Weather can happen for a few days. It can't happen for 10, 11 days, right? Normally that's not the case. And they found out it was a complete breakdown in the system, and they're making them pay. Well, let me know what you guys think. Have you guys seen similar scams out there where people are just trying to take advantage of people and suddenly they just completely disappear? I can think of a few situations that have happened in the past, as well as I'm finally glad the airlines are being a little bit held accountable, because I get tired of seeing that, well, it was just the weather, or mechanical issues. And a lot of the times it's not mechanical issues, it's they didn't have pilots or they didn't have stewardesses to fill the time slot because the other plane was late. That's not a mechanical issue, that's a scheduling issue, and they should be forced to pay for refunds and inconvenience of the passengers when that kind of stuff happens. Well, I hope you appreciate this little video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.